Alonso. Number 19, San Diego Bueno. Number 1, Alessio Carboni. Number 8, Adam Di Vittorio. Number 2, Antonio Giordano. Number 13, Gianluca Mia. Number 5, Manuel Obifuna. Number 3, Logan Pedler. Number 7, Roderick James Phillip. Number 6, Dante Pinchera. Number 10, Kwasi Poku. Number 12, O'Neal KJ Richards. Number 17, Nikhil Smith. Number 18, Tristan Zagaria. Number 4, Alexandro Zakiri. The coach for the Woodbridge Strikers is Tony Gentili, and the assistant coach is John Lamanna. And now the lineup for the home team, the East Jordan Predators. Number 2, Vasily Ioannidis. Number 3, Alan Bannon. Number 4, Eric Hung. Number 6, George Vasilakakis. Number 8, Dante Rieger. Number 9, Ebony Charles. Number 10, Ravi Shalabi. Number 11, Christopher Zinnis. Number 12, Daryl Dalupapang. Number 13, Aaron Osamuade. Number 18, Nathaniel Armstrong. Number 19, Alexander Zaka. Number 20, Reese Jean-Baptiste. The coach is Martin Rieger, and the assistant is Angie Rieger. And now introducing our match officials who reported in today's Ontario Cup final. The referee, Brian Lee. The assistant referee, Wayne Anderson. Assistant referee, Dominic Nappy. Fourth official, Mark Letheren. Ladies and gentlemen, special guests with us today representing the Ontario Soccer Association are Tony Barberi, President of York Region and a member of the OSA Board of Directors. Bill Spires, President of the Toronto Soccer Association and member of the Ontario Soccer Association.
with the national anthems, we bid good morning to everyone here at the Ontario Soccer Centre in Vaughan, Ontario for the Ontario Cup Under 13 Boys Final between the Woodbridge Strikers and the East York Predators. This match is being presented by Room Roster. Many of our Ontario Cup teams have traveled across the province to play in this Ontario Cup Championships through the round-robin, knockoff, and finals matches. Room Roster, the presenting partner and official accommodation provider of the Ontario Cup, has been there along the way to assist teams in finding the best group rates and the most team-friendly hotels for their overnight stay. Room Roster is also an online tournament management system that allows tournament organizers to do their job better, faster, with less headaches and more profitability than ever before, all while providing tournament participants a current easy-to-use mobile or desktop application for planning and communicating. Visit roomroster.com to find out more. As the teams start to take the field and the captains go for the opening coin toss, let's introduce these two teams here for the Under 13 Boys Final. In the blue will be the Woodbridge Strikers. They'll be led by Alessio Carbone in goal. You have Antonio Giordano, Logan Pedler, Alessandro Zeppieri, Emmanuel Obifuna, Dante Pinchera, Radek James Phillip, Adam Di Vittorio, Edward Bonsu, Kwesi Poku, Marquis Arkan, O'Neill KJ Richards, Gianluca Muya, Nikhil Smith, Tristan Zagaria, and Santiago Bueno. Their coach is Tony Gentile. This team won their Group A Pool B matchup in those Group of 4 matches, defeated Oakville 1-1 and on the penalty kicks, and then defeated Ancaster in their semifinal matchup to get to this point. They'll be going against these East York Predators that won Group 10 Pool B, then defeated Dixie 4-0 before defeating London in the semifinals to get to here. They're coached by Martin Rieger. They'll have in goal Aaron Osamudiaman. He'll have Vasily Ionidis in front of him, Alan Benang, Eric Hung, George Vasilikakos, Dante Rieger, Eben C. Charles, Rami Shalabi, Chris Zenas, Daryl Dalupang, Nathaniel Armstrong, Alex Zaka, and Rhys Jean-Baptiste. As the teams start to take the field here, it looks like East York has chosen to take the wind advantage for this first half. The wind is going slightly towards the goal of the Woodbridge Strikers. They'll be going from your left to your right are the Predators, and the Strikers in the blue right to your left. As the action will get underway with the Strikers. Great crowd here on hand for this final as the game gets underway here with the Strikers, who are playing in the York Region League. Has done very well this season. See if they can continue it here with this championship as they do some quick passes over on the far side of the field. And as the pass tries to go up the line, it will go out of play for an early East York throw-in. Reminder, we'll have a full day of action here. We got after this match, we'll have the Under 13 girls final, and then finishing off with the Under 15 boys Tier 2 finals here in Vaughan, Ontario, as we have a couple of great matchups to go ahead still. Hopefully the weather will hold up. It's very cloudy here. Forecasting of some rain and possible thunderstorms, so we'll try to play it out and see how far we can get, and hope we're lucky here as the ball will be bouncing around in midfield and the Strikers are trying to clear it out of their area. Chance here as Shalabi is able to get to the ball. He's getting bodied away by two Strikers players, and now they'll be able to move it up as Di Vittorio will knock it down to midfield. Predators with control. Zenas into the midfield. A couple quick touches. Try to find Rieger. Can't find him. And now getting control of the ball. Ipoku. He'll pass it back to Bueno. And Bueno taking no chances. Will pass it around to his defense. And Giordano will be bringing it up the field. He'll hit it up to Poku. Poku's through ball in. Trying to find the striker up top. That's Bonsu. And here comes Bonsu trying to work his way through. Gets by a defender. He's going to take a shot. That takes a deflection. And it's going to be an early corner kick for the Woodbridge Strikers, as Edward Bonsu made a couple nice moves, got around the defender, that's Dalupang, and had a good look on goal, but Dalupang got a deflection on that one to force the corner kick. It'll be Bueno coming over to take the kick for the Strikers. They got one player on the goalie, and the rest just around the 6-yard box. This one will find its way outside, but it was straight to a blue jersey who's going to come here and pick it up. That's Giordano. Giordano, though, is going to try to work his way through the Predators midfielder. Can't do so, and the Predators are going to try to go for a counterattack here. There's a through ball, and giving chase is Shalabi. But Shalabi can't get to it. Beating him to it was Obifuna, but Obifuna knocks out a play for a throw-in. But good counterattack coming in there from the Predators and Dante Rieger. Venus trying to throw it down the line, trying to find Shalabi. Can't find him as the Strikers will head it on. And Bueno will try to control it and set it up. Bueno brings it all the way back to defense, and they almost force another turnover, and here comes Bonsu. Bonsu against the last defender back for the Predators. He's going to switch it over as a player coming in on the far side. That's Zagaria. Zagaria is battling with the Predators defense, and the defense is able to win this one. And they're going to try to clear it up, but the Strikers aren't relenting. Obifuna just hits it off the head out of play, and we have some back and forth plays. Teams are showing some good offensive pressure here early, but the defense has stayed strong so far. Predators midfielder heads it on, trying to find the striker up top. Can't find him, and now will be settled down by the Strikers. Giordano trying to play it up the field for Di Vittoria. Can't find him, and Armstrong will hit it right back down into the Strikers' D. Richards. Zagaria over on the far side of the field. He's going to bring it down to the middle. He sees Poku. Here comes Poku down the right side and giving chase for Richards, and the pass was just too far ahead of him, and out for a throw-in. And Coach Rieger not too happy with how Richards was able to get open, coming in through the center of the midfield down to the outside. No one picked up that run. Could have been dangerous if the Strikers were able to make that pass. Poku regains possession. He's going to bring it into the middle, trying to find Bonsu in the middle. Can't do so as the Predators will clear it away. Giordano in for Bueno. Bueno back for Giordano down on the side. Giving chase is Rieger. Nice little play there on the far by Zenas, and he'll hit it to Armstrong, who's going to send it down. And it's a ton of space here for Shalabi. Shalabi's going to get to it. He gets brought down by Arkan, and it's going to be a free kick for the Predators as Arkan. You got to say that's probably a smart foul right there, recognizing that Shalabi was going in through, and if he was able to break free there, would have had a great free chance onto goal. So if you're going to take a foul like that, that's a smart foul by Marquis Arkan. Vasilikakos coming in to take the kick. Got two-player wall for Carbone in net. A lot of players on top. We just played 5 minutes here. Already an action-packed game here early if you're here just tuning in for the Ontario Cup Finals. This one gets played nicely in the box. It'll take a bounce. Carbone gets his hands to it. That bounce always dangerous. You never know what's going to happen there. And we saw a Predator striker got in very close right there. We just couldn't get to the ball before Carbone, who came out of his goal. Here come the Strikers trying to move it forward. No player up there for Di Vittorio, and the Predators will not get control of the ball. Zenas. Back to Armstrong. Armstrong sees too much play, and he's going to send a through ball in on the far side. Ionidas trying to get through, and he's going to try to send across, and that gets blocked and tapped it in very nicely on the far side by the Strikers. Almost a corner kick there, as the Strikers are going to try and go quickly the other way, but diving in was the player, number 6, Vasilikakos, to stop the counterattack. Rieger gets a toe in there and brings it back for Armstrong. Armstrong's under pressure, though, and Bonsu is trying to get it forward. Zagaria trying to find that run of Bonsu, and here he comes his Bonsu. Bonsu's battling hard, but this time Dalupang is able to shut him down, but Bonsu almost won it back, sent across, and Armstrong is able to clear it away. A little bit of a push on the back by Zagaria. It's going to be a free kick for the Predators. And the Strikers are proving themselves very ferocious here early, as Bonsu's had some chances going forward, as have the Predators. And we've seen Shalabi over on this right side create some chances, as has Charles in the middle as the play will get kicked up, trying to find Charles. Obifuna is able to get to it first, but the Predators get the second ball and will continue to try to move the ball forward as the through ball is just a little bit too far ahead for Shalabi. And Carboni will grab it. It looks like Woodbridge not too happy with something going here early, and it looks like they're going to be making a quick double substitution just 7 minutes into the game. Predators still going forward. Charles fakes shot, trying to send a through ball, but I don't think was expecting that through ball. He expected Charles to keep going there, and the Strikers are able to win that one as the ball continues around in midfield. Nice control there from Poku. Hits it off of Bonsu. Advantage called by the referee, so the Strikers will resume play. Richards for Zagaria over on the far right side. He's going to try and find Bonsu. Bonsu, though, wasn't expecting, and the goalkeeper, Osad Moudian, comes out of his goal, and he'll be able to grab that one, and he'll send it quickly down. Nice little kick from here, and Shalabi's got some pace. Here comes Shalabi, bodies off one player, still trying to go through, trying to fend off two attackers, and he'll hit it backwards for Rieger. And the Predators screaming to keep moving forward there as Armstrong's going to try and go from distance, test the goalie here, and Carboni will hang on to it. Carboni not too happy with his defense right there, telling them they got to pick up these runs here and shut them down on the outside. Turnover in midfield. Bueno is able to win and try to send it up for Zagaria, but Armstrong is there. We're seeing here early, the Strikers are trying to find that gap in between the two center defenders on the Predators and can't seem to find that hole yet, but very dangerous with that speed of Bonsu. This time it's able to get through for Zagaria, and Zagaria's just going to first time it on the volley. And the keeper, Samudian, is able to grab it for the Predators, and he's going to slow the pace down. Using that wind, he's able to bring it all the way deep into the striker zone, but Giordano's able to hit it up. Zagaria tried to play it through. That was read perfectly by Vasilikakos, and the Predators try to move forward there, but strikers regain possession. Ball's bouncing around. Now it goes all the way back for Zenas. He's got some time and space. And they're trying to say to send it down to Schlabi, but Di Vittorio gets a foot in there. And it'll go well for throwing, and now it's 4 players, it looks like, coming in for the Strikers. It's an early change here for Tony Gentile. It looks like he's going to empty the bench here. Here's a ball up in there. Comes Bonsu trying to work his way, and this time Armstrong is able to shut down. But Poku constantly trying to find that run of Bonsu up top, and this time Poku's going to take a shot. And it'll take a little bit of a skip, but Samudian is able to grab that one. He's going to throw it out to his defense, but his defender's under some pressure there. And Zagaria gets a foot in there, and will win a throw-in, and they're going to take it quickly while they have some space. He kicked down midfield. Giordano gets a foot in there. You have the back and forth play still going here early. Both teams, I guess, still trying to get a little familiar with the turf here in Vaughan. Starting to get in as the game progresses. We'll see some more crisp passes, but right now it's a great opportunity as another turnover here, trying to find Bonsu again, and Armstrong beats him to the play once again, and he'll clear it away. Bonsu is staying close though. As he keeps staying near Armstrong, he might be able to get through. Free kick will be called in favor of the Strikers, and the ball will be brought back around midfield. Here comes the ball in to the far left side, and giving chase is Di Vittorio. He'll back for Giordano. Giordano, first time cross. This one's going to the box. Poku's got to head onto it. Can he get a second touch? And Dalupang is able to knock it away. Still on the top of the box, though. Shot there, gets blocked. Second opportunity. A couple fakes there from Richards. Richards going to try and take it through, but it gets cleared away by the Predators. That was Dalupang headed down. Nice job from the center back. And then we have an offside the other way for the Predators, as Charles was just ahead of Obifuna. But that was some good chance there, and the defender for the Predators, Dalupang, was able to block 2 key opportunities there. Poku Poku. This time he's going to try and find Zagadia over on the right side. Zagadia is in the corner, trying to cross it. This time he gets knocked away the ball, and the strikers are able to win another corner. Seeing right now as the corner kick's getting taken, Coach Rieger is talking over to Shalabi for the Predators, telling him, gotta take it himself sometimes. He's got a ton of space. He's been able to outpace the defenders so far. Try to see if they can utilize it, and then try to find Charles out in front. Here comes the corner from the strikers. Trying it on the volley there was Richards. He couldn't connect. And it's going to be a free kick going for the Predators just on top of the box. Richards was wide open there. Might have been able to even chest that one down and bring it down and take a shot, but when you're in that type of opportunity, you don't really know how much time you really do have in those situations. As the ball straight from the free kick will go all the way straight to the keeper's hands, and he's going to try to send it right back down. Reminder that the Predators have a little bit of a slight wind advantage. Not too strong, but still going towards the striker's goal. As we have a Predators player taking a slip, and that's going to allow the strikers to go the other way, as the guy is going to give chase, and Delapang is going to try and go over, but the kick's just a little bit too strong, and it's going to go for throwing. Strikers player still on the sidelines here, waiting to make their substitution. Just waiting till it's their ball here. On a throw, and as Poku will get control of it. He'll hit it back for Richards, and Richards is going to try and switch it all the way over to Di Vittorio. Good touch from him, he brings it down. Giordano, he's going to try to bring it to the middle. And it gets cleared away from Armstrong. Here comes Shalabi the other way on the counter. Coming all the way over is Arkan, and he'll be able to shut him down. That'll be another Predators throwing around midfield. He's going to grab a new ball here. Played 14 minutes so far. No score between the East York Predators and the Woodbridge Strikers here in the Ontario Cup Under-13 Boys Final. As here comes the through ball in, and it hit off the head of Obifuna, and that's just enough of pace to get to the hands of Carbone. Headed down by Poku. Send it back in by Delapang. Finds Shalabi. Shalabi looking for some support from his Predators players. This time he's going to just take it himself, and he's going to go for it. But he hit it off the inside of the foot, and it will go out for a goal kick. And that's going to allow the Strikers now to make their substitutions. So 5 players coming off. Looks like the entire striking force. The left midfielder and the center midfielder coming off. So all 3 players up top are switching out. So we got Nikhil Smith up top. He's going to have Pinchera, and Poku looks like he's shifted up to help Roddick James Phillip over on the right side for the Strikers. So looks like Gentile wants to see if he can get something different going up top. Switching out all 3 players as play will continue here. There's one of those new players, that's Peddler, trying to play in Pinchera, and here comes Pinchera with the ball. Pinchera trying to butt his way through. Pinchera still going with it, and Osamudian is able to dive out and get to it. But a good early run there, nice first touches from Pinchera, and Osamudian with a great kick, and he's going to go for a counter, and giving chase is Charles. Arcana is under pressure, and here comes Charles with a shot, and straight at Carbone though. Evans E. Charles with a great job battling with the ball off Marquise Arcan, and it was Charles who got a left-footed strike, but it was right at Carbone. But that's that great kick coming from Osamudian, and the slight wind advantage giving chase for the counterattack. And the Strikers have to keep an eye out for that. That's a couple times that the keeper's been able to get it through. Strikers with possession of the ball, trying to pass into the midfield. Can't find Bueno, but he's able to track back and receive the ball. He'll now play it over on the right side. Zeppieri going on through on the right side. He's going to try and send across, and that gets blocked. And they're going to try to continue going forward. And it's going to hit off a Strikers player's last. It'll be a Predators throwing over on the far side. We'll go down the line here, and the Predators now move the ball forward. Shalabi's making that run once again. And that new pressure coming in from Peddler, able to slow him down just enough as Carboni comes out of his goal, but it falls straight to a Predators player. And the Predators will continue the pressure. Vasilikakos tried a shot there, stumbled a little bit, lost his balance, and didn't get a good strike away as Carboni will settle it down and pick up the ball. Ball bounce around in midfield. Poku's going to try to get to it. He puts a little bit of a high foot, though, onto Vasilikakos, and it will be a Predators free kick. He's going to wait for his players to move down and try to send it to Shalabi once again, but Peddler is there, and he's been busy early since coming on the field. Nice little play there. Vasilikakos gets through two players, trying to send through ball in. He gets knocked down, looking for a call from the referee. The referee says no, and the play will continue now with Poku in midfield for the Strikers. They're going to send down on the left side, and it's Pinchera. Nice little 1-2 with Bueno, and Pinchera is going to try and give chase on the left side. He's going to battle with Zenas. And he takes a little bit of a tumble, but it's going to be a goal kick going the way of Predators. Pinchera just looked like he lost his balance there. At this time, we've got to remind you about Match Officials Day. Toronto FC and the Ontario Soccer Association are proud to present Match Official Appreciation Day at BMO Field on October 1st. Come enjoy some pre-game festivities and celebrate the unsung work by referees across the province. A portion of all ticket sales will be going to place life-saving defibrillators at OSA pitches. Tickets are $40 each and can be purchased at the OSA website. That's the Match Officials Day on October 1st at BMO Field. As play will continue, as trying to battle his way through was Eric Hung, and he got taken away there by the Strikers, and they're going to try and move it forward now. Hong is able to get a couple feet in there, able to slow down the attack, but the Strikers still resume possession of the ball, as coming all the way up the field will be Peddler. Peddler into the middle. Finds a Strikers player, and they'll try to switch it over to the far side of the field. Still going through. And as a Predators player goes down, you hear the Predators faithful looking for a foul there. But still, play will continue with the Strikers knocking it around in midfield. Trying to find a hole in this Predators defense. Bueno fakes the shot and is just going to take it down on the right side himself. Now he's going to go for a goal, and that bounces across the box and out the other side for a goal kick. As Pinchera was coming in close, he was looking for that touch to tap it into the open goal. Predators will take it short, and Zenas will knock it down, trying to find Shalabi. Peddler is able to get a foot in there. An early switch to put on a new defender on Shalabi's made a difference right now. Shalabi's trying to find that pace to get by Peddler. Knocked it back to defense, and they'll head it down. A little back and forth ping pong, and now Shalabi will give chase to Peddler, and Peddler does the smart thing there and will knock it all the way back to his keeper, Carboni. Carboni switching it over to the right side, trying to let it bounce. There was Phillip, but getting a head in there was a Predators player, and it's going to be a Strikers throw. Phillip trying to do the usual, let it bounce and hope it gets over his head and create some space, but on that time just not lucky. 21 minutes have been played here. No score between the Strikers and the Predators as they try to vie for that Ontario Cup championship as the ball goes all the way back. As it looked like it was Dalpin trying a little bit of a Rabona there to try to clear it away. And a hit off of the Strikers player, and it will be out for a throw, and then there'll be a whistle brought down, and it'll be a Predators kick right on the far sideline. They'll play it short here on the back for Armstrong. He'll bring it up for the East York Predators, and it's a deep ball up. Is Charles onside? That's the question. He's going to be battled with Arcon. A little bit of grabbing from both of them holds them both back just enough for Carboni to come out and grab it. Shalabi doing well, tracking back to win the ball. He'll hit it back to Zenas. Zenas down the line for Charles. He's got an overlap run from Shalabi. Nice little touch there from Hung. Trying to find Shalabi. Can he keep it in on the far sideline? Yes, he does, and this ball is just going to roll across the box, but no Predator jersey in sight. And Carboni will take his time to retrieve the ball. Seeing a lot of good movement here from the Predators on this near side of the field. Have to see, will they start to switch it over to the far side to create pressure from there as well. Obifuna gets in the way of that ball, and he's going to try and bring it up back. But Vasilikakos in that midfield, the little guy right there, constantly getting the foot in there and winning those challenges. And he's going to get some help there, and it's going to be a free kick as a little bit of a grab onto the Predators player. And the referee's just going to have a word here with Obifuna after that grab. Couple Strikers players staying right on the ball, forcing the Predators to ask for some space here, giving their defense a little bit more time to pick up the coverage. As most of the players are surrounded into the middle of the field, trying to make their runs in here. Nicely played into the box, trying to get it over the head of Obifuna. Goes to the top of the box, and the shot comes here, and over the goal. As Obifuna won the first ball, but it fell straight to the foot. I think that was Dalupang. He tried to go for goal and just fired that one over, and a good chance there for the East York Predators. Peddler for the Strikers. He'll pass it on from Muya. Muya, though, gets it knocked away there by Rieger, and advantage getting called by the referee as the Predators still trying to go forward. And Muya will be called for the reaching in here. And the Predators are starting to pick up some momentum here. Vasilikakos telling his team, slow down, wait for his players to get down, don't rush it. Let's you take advantage of these chances we have. So it's going to be Armstrong on the kick this time. Knocked around, and there's Shalabi, but beating him to will be Arkan. And he'll try to clear it away, but the Predators will block that one. Hung still battling with it. He's got a couple players on his back, and he's able to get the pass out to Shalabi. He has Charles, who's offside, though. He's couple paces behind Arkan there, and that will shut down that East York Predators attack. Looks like the Strikers are going to be making 2 more changes here. Next time they have an opportunity. As Obifuna will knock that ball down to midfield. That'll be one there first by Armstrong, and Shalabi will flick it by Peddler and try to continue his run. He's battling in through, but he hacked the ankle a little bit of the Strikers player, and it's going to be a free kick going against Shalabi as play continues here in the midfield for Muya. Muya's touch is a little bit too strong, and the Predators will knock it right back to the middle of the field for Bueno. Pinchera for Peddler, and Pinchera trying to give chase as Peddler sends a nice ball down the line, but Armstrong comes all the way over and will hit it over to Zenas. Zenas kicks it down to midfield, and it'll go straight to Muya, though. Handballs it, and didn't like that one, kicked the ball away, and the referee looks like he's going to go to the book here for unsportsmanlike conduct against Muya for kicking the ball after the whistle. So Muya finds himself into the book here first in this match. So 25 minutes into the game, still no score, and Muya's got to be careful here. Here comes the ball from Armstrong. It looks like the Predators are trying to involve that far side of the field a little bit more. And nice little touch there from Benang. He's going to try and body his way in through. But Zepieri is there, and he's able to pass it off to Muya. Muya trying to work his way through. And he passes it back to Obifuna. Obifuna's under some pressure. Has 2 white jerseys on him. And he sends it out, but not before the ball went out of play. And the Predators' pressure, able to win a throw-in deep in the Strikers' territory. And the Predators continuing the pressure here early, but until they get a goal, this pressure won't be for naught. Charles is able to kick the ball over his head. He's able to get to the second ball, still bouncing around, and Carboni is able to jump onto that one. If you're Carboni right now, you gotta slow the play down. But he's sending it down right away, and that's going to allow the Predators to continue their attack. Shalabi He's going to try and split the D right there, and he is able to do it. Sends the ball to the middle, and trying to slide there was Ioannidis, and he just couldn't connect, was Vasily. And it just pops out through the other side. But the Predators still going forward, and they're getting closer and closer. Touch goes over to the far side. Shalabi gives chase. He's been a great attacking force for the East York Predators in this first half. He's able to win the ball off Pinchera, and Zenas will set it down. Charles offside once again, and he's just going to slow it down, and Carboni will come out and grab it. Peddler for Poku. Poku now trying to send the ball up, but Delapang is there to shut down the player up top. I think that was Philip trying to get to the ball. Strikers going to now make a couple changes up top once again. Di Vittorio finds his way back into the game. He's going to be replacing Smith up top. And Richards is into the game. He's going to replace Muya, who picked up that yellow card. So it's now going to be Di Vittorio up on the striker's position. We saw him in the left wing early in the first half. We'll see if he can get something going for the strikers. Zenas gets that ball first. Peddler. And for Poku. Poku's got time in midfield. Now he's going to try and send Di Vittorio on a run. This ball is dangerous. It's bouncing around just outside the box. Always tricky as a keeper, as you want to grab the hands onto that one. You're not too sure if you should let that ball go to the defenders or come out and kick the ball away. But the Predators are able to clear it away. And here come the strikers over the far side. Zeppieri. Into the middle for Richards. Obifuna. For Bueno. Sends it in for Peddler. He's under pressure though. But he's able to find Poku. Poku though, Armstrong takes a little bit of a tumble, and Poku tried to cross it in, but Armstrong was able to get to his feet very quickly and clear it away. And here comes the last chance here, as Di Vittorio is going to now move over to that wing, and Bonsu will come right back onto the field, and he'll replace, it looks like, Pinchera. So it'll be Dante Pinchera coming off for Bonsu, and Bonsu had some good pace early. See if he can continue that pressure on the defense. Is doing well over on the far side. Poku. Poku fakes it by, still going through, crosses it over, touch stairs, final touch, goal! As Bonsu just coming back on the field gets the final touch, and Woodbridge Strikers, after the Predators had all that pressure, it's the Strikers that score first. And it was Poku with a great play over on the near side. Gets it by couple players, passes it through on the far side of the field. Philip got the touch on, put it right back in the middle. And the final touch there, as it was Edward Bonsu who had a wide open goal just to tap it in. And the Strikers score first. Unbelievable play there, and that's what happens when you have all the chances. Nice little quick changes, and those players who came on the field make an immediate impact and score that goal. But here comes quickly the other way. Here was Charles, as Charles wanted that through ball, and Carbone will come on to it, as that ball was just a little bit too far ahead, as the Predators will make a substitution right off that goal. It'll be Reese Jean-Baptiste. He'll go into the striker position, taking off Rami Shalabi, and Charles will shift over to the right wing as Vasilikakos brings that ball up. He'll try to play it up for Jean-Baptiste. Can't find him, and the Strikers are able to clear it away. There's Poku. Poku up for Bonsu. Instead, Di Vittorio will get to it first, and Zenas can't clear it away. Pass goes in through for Bonsu on the right side. Philip, nice ball from him. He got that assist on that goal, but the Predators are able to clear it away, and there's that huge gap right there, as Ioannidis trying to find Jean-Baptiste. Can't find him. And Arcon will take a time. Right now, there's a huge gap in the midfield, as the Strikers are just so far forward on each side, and they're using all that pace. They're not coming back right now. So you're just right here as that ball's played in for Poku. There's that quick look at that gap in midfield. So the teams are very spread out right now. But the strikers are able to get to it, and Poku's going to do what he has, but Bonsu is offside, says the assistant referee. The referee doesn't see the flag yet as the play continues. And finally he notices there, and the play will be brought down and brought all the way back for the offside. 32 minutes into the game, 1-0 for the Woodbridge Strikers over the East York Predators here in the Ontario Cup Finals and the boys under 13. Armstrong's going to take this short to Hung. Hung down the right side trying to find Charles. And getting the foot in there was Peddler, and he'll leave it for Bueno. Richards down the left side, and he's going to send Di Vittorio on a run. Zenas and Di Vittorio battling over, and it's going to be Di Vittorio for the Strikers Wednesday. Trying to switch it in through as Phillip was making a nice run on the right side, but just getting the foot in there was the Predators, and they're going to go on a counter. Here comes Charles. Charles bringing to the middle. Probably should have taken a shot there, trying to force a through ball in the middle. Couldn't find Ioannidis. And the Strikers will now go in through on the right side with Phillip. He's got an overlap run from Zeppieri, and he's going to send the ball in through. And Poku is going to bring in some space. But Samudian is going to slide out of his goal and get control of that ball. Deep kick down, gets it by a little bit of a push there by Jean-Baptiste on the back of Obifuna. It will be noticed by the referee. And it's going to be a free kick for the Strikers. Strikers are going to be making a substitution next opportunity. Check that, the Predators are. As the Strikers are going to carry the ball up on the near side of the field with Peddler. Peddler into the middle. Di Vittorio with a beautiful turn there. He's going to go for the goal, but hit off his toe, and Phillip was offside there. As Di Vittorio tried to go for the goal there and just hit it off the outside of the foot. And Phillip, who was following the play, was offside though. And when he tried to play it back into the middle. It's going to be Alex Zaka coming into the game for the Predators. Next time the ball goes out of play for the Predators. As you hear Coach Gentile right now screaming, keep the ball, just not pass it around, don't force it right now, guys. As Phillip sends it up for Zeppieri. Zeppieri down the right side for Bonsu. Bonsu's come all the way over. He's going to try and get by Dalupang. Dalupang trying to get through the line, and it's going to be Bonsu gets out. It's Zeppieri. Zeppieri into the middle for Poku. Poku misses it though. That was a quick touch there, and Poku just had to connect with the foot, and he would have redirected onto goal. Di Vittorio avoiding the challenge there from Hung. Still trying to get through, and he's going to be battling with Zenas over on the corner. Trying to pass it back for Peddler. Can't do so, and it's going to be a Predators throw-in, and now they're going to make that change with Alex Zaka coming on the field. And it's going to be Bensi Charles coming off, the right winger. And he'll be replaced by Zaka. Charles just, it looks like he's still a little bit upset from that earlier chance when he gets taken off the field, but he'll come right back on and continue that pressure here as Richards down the right side for Phillip. Phillip still with it, trying to get it through. And some good pressure coming in through on the far side. Forces them out of play, and the Predators win the throw, and they'll take it quickly to Jean-Baptiste. He gets a little bit of a push on the back, but play continues. Obifunith, and everyone kind of froze thinking there was a foul, but he jumps right back on the ball, and he's going to bring it up himself. He's going to be able to win the throw-in as the referee and the assistant weren't too sure who hit it off of last, and that's going to allow the Strikers to now make a substitution with just a few minutes left here in the half. And it's going to be Di Vittorio who's come off twice. He's going to come off again, and it's going to be Antonio Giordano coming back into the game. Giordano finds himself in a ton of spaces. Richards tried to do a back heel kick over the head kick, over to him, but still finds his way to Giordano here. Poku, nice little 1-2, trying to find Giordano. but Armstrong is able to get to it first, and he'll be able to send it down the field. Jean-Baptiste trying to work his way by, but Erkan is there, and he'll pass it up to Richards. Poku's got a ton of space in midfield. Poku still with it. Cuts inside. Can't find anything, finds Giordano. Giordano, his cross gets blocked, and he's going to try and shield away. He does well, and he wins a corner kick here late, 37th minute here, 1-0 for the Strikers over the Predators. And it's Edward Bonsu with the goal. There's a couple players open on the far post right now, as Bueno's going to look for him here, but Samudian does well, and he comes out of his goal. And he's going to send it quickly, but Jean-Baptiste was over on the far side of the field. And it goes all the way back to Carboni, who's going to take his time, and Jean-Baptiste has to give chase, and he'll force Carboni to play it short. Nice ball down line, Giordano. Into the middle, trying to find Richards. Bueno. Good movement coming in here from the Strikers. It looks like this game was kind of flip-flopped after that goal, as now the Strikers are just putting in some pressure, and Dalapang is under some pressure, but he just gets it away, as Poku and Bonsu are right there, itching close. Philip. Down on the right side, nice ball in, but Dalapang comes all the way over, and he's able to win it back for the Predators. See if they get one last couple good chances in here before the half. Ionidas has a hit off his back though, and the Strikers get control of the ball here with Bueno again. Bueno bodying off a couple players here, and he'll pass it back, and the Strikers will take some time and pass it around the back. Obifuno though finds some space in the middle, will carry it up and finds Poku chips it up for Bonsu. He's onside. Bonsu's onside, trying to work through, takes a fake and a shot there, gets blocked as Dalapang slides over to block that shot. Poku. Giordano. There's somehow Bonsu found his way onside. Looks like the left defender. Checked that the right defender for the Predators. Zenas kept him onside there. And he had a good opportunity, but Dalapang was able to shut him down. But Poku still trying to work his way in through. A little bit of a push onto Vasilikakos. And it's going to be a free kick going for the Predators, as we're going to wait for the indication from the fourth official soon on the additional time. Here comes the ball. Nice ball in. Good touch there from Jean-Baptiste, and he's going to try and find Zaka, as we have 1 minute of additional time, just a single minute here left to go in this first half as the Strikers lead the East York Predators. Poku. Nice little through ball in for Bonsu. Bonsu gets it, and he loses the ball in his feet, and it's going to be a goal kick. He got the touch there, and Samudian, that's what you got to do. When your goalie comes out of his net, he just puts pressure, and it forced Bonsu to look up, and when he looked up, he just lost that ball in his feet. And that's some good goalkeeping right there from the East York Predators. As a last-second substitution, as Moya comes back into the game, he's going to replace Poku, who's had an exceptional first half. He's been the player of the first half, in my opinion. And he'll come off to take a couple of seconds of rest before the halftime break. Moya. He's going to work his way through, and he passes it over to Giordano. Giordano. Pass goes in behind Moya, but he leaves it in for Richards, who tries a shot. But it curls away, and he'll go for a goal kick, and that might be one of the last plays here in this first half. East York Predators had a lot of pressure halfway in through the first half. Couldn't find a way through the Strikers. Strikers get one great chance going the other way, and they capitalize. And that is the difference here, as the Woodbridge Strikers lead the East York Predators here in the Ontario Cup Under 13 boys finals. At this time, we of course like to thank Sport Engine, helping the world play smarter and live more. Sports Engine, USA's official technology partner's leading provider of sport life management, web software, and mobile applications for youth, amateur, and professional sports. Powering more than 500,000 sport teams, leagues, clubs, and associations, Sports Engine features a complete suite of easy-to-use tools that help sports organizations manage, connect, and communicate with a diverse range of stakeholders, including athletes, parents, administrators, coaches, referees, scouts, volunteers, fans, journalists, and sports and sponsors. That is Sports Engine. So at the halftime, it is 1-0. Strikers for the Predators. We'll be having about a 15-minute break. Don't go anywhere. Second half action still to come here for the Ontario Cup 2016 action presented by Roommaster here at the Ontario Soccer Center in Vaughan. This is Martin Ohms here. We'll see you guys in just a bit. All right, as the teams do the cheers, welcome back to the Ontario Soccer Centre here in Vaughan, Ontario for the Under-13 Boys Ontario Cup 2016 Finals presented by Room Roster. And going into the second half, it is the Woodbridge Strikers leading the East York Predators 1-0 on a late first half goal scored by Edward Bonsu. It was a beautiful finish there after a couple nice individual efforts started by Kwesi Poku, and it was finished in by Bonsu. But that has the Strikers ahead of the Predators 1-0 here, as it will be the Predators starting off with the ball in the second half here. They'll be going from your right to your left. The wind has died down here a little bit, so not much of a wind advantage anymore here. And going against the Strikers, who are in the blue, going from your left to your right. Just a reminder, the Strikers won their Group 8 Pool B matchup. They defeated Oakville in penalty kicks before beating Ancaster in the semifinals to get to this point, while the Predators won their Group 10 Pool B matchup in Scarborough for defeating Dixie 4-0, then London in the semifinals to make it to this championship match. Predators had a lot of chances in the first half, so they're expecting a very close and tight-knit second half here. And if this game does go straight, this game finishes in a tie, we go straight to penalty kicks. There is no more extra time here, so if the East York Predators are able to tie it. But the play will continue here with Moya tries to play a through ball in early for the Strikers. He's on a yellow card. He's got to be careful here in that central midfield in the second half, as Obifuna tries to play down the line here. Couldn't hold it, and it's going to be a Predators throw, and they're going to take it quickly. Benag tries to play it in as Hung doesn't make a good touch. He knows it, but Benag is trying to win it back for his team, and he's able to do so. Hung back to Armstrong, and Armstrong's going to switch it all the way over the far right side for Charles. Charles into middle. His kick goes in behind Zaka, and getting to it is Ionidas. Ionidas tries to shout, and Obifuna blocks it. Still going in through are the Predators. Ionidas is still trying to go in through. The scream for handball are the Predators, but the referee shakes his head. And the East York Predators are coming out here early with some good pressure, looking for that tying goal. Here comes the Garia. That ball looks like it's a little bit too far ahead for him. And the ball goes slowly out of play for Predators throw, and they're going to take this quickly. Dalupang trying to find Charles. And you're seeing a little bit of that long ball as the players are trying to see if they can use that pace and send the long ball past the defense. Play going into the middle. Muya trying to control it, can't do so, and now the Predators are sending it down the field for Zeka. Zeka still trying to get to it, getting some help as bringing down a player there was Vasilikakos. And it's going to be a free kick going for Richards and the Strikers. Richards on the kick, the left-footed ball, nicely played, headed away by Delupang down the right side for Zenas. Zenas still getting some help there from Armstrong, but it falls straight to Moya. Moya tried to get a shot away. Hung was able to get just a foot in there to stop him going forward. Strikers trying to continue it on the far side of the field. They'll play another ball in the box. Finds its way to a blue jersey up top. They get a shot away, but that's straight at the keeper, Samudian. And he'll be able to hang on to it. He's got a deep kick. And he's going to send it down to the midfield. Finds Zaka. Zaka tried to flick it on, but he couldn't get it off the top of his head. But he gets the ball right back, and he hands it over to Charles. Charles. Ionidas trying to get it forward. And they can't get it by Obifuna. Peddler. Check that Giordano. Trying to pass it through on the side. Able to hit off a Predators player. And they'll win the throw, and they're going to take it quickly. But the throw and get moved back a little bit here. And it's going to be an early change here for the Predators as one of their top forward players. Check that. They're not allowed the substitution yet. says the referee, and play will continue. Shalabi, though, coming back into the game for the Predators. Touch up for Zaka. Zaka that can't control his Archon is there, and he'll be able to send it down. Ball bouncing around, and now the Strikers are able to settle it down. This pass goes too far ahead for Zepieri as the rain's starting to come down a little bit here in Vaughan. Delpang with a good-looking ball, but Archon is able to shift over just in time, and he does well to avoid the sign challenge. And the center back is going to take it up himself, and he'll play a ball. And offside, though, is the player on the middle of the field. That's Bonsu, the goal scorer, and he's offside as the play will be slowed down. Here comes the ball in, trying to find Leonidas. He gets brought down, and looks like we had an injury as Zepieri's holding that knee. Maybe it fell awkwardly. As the Strikers are trying to clear it away, and the referee will blow the play down. He's holding that left knee. Is Zepieri. Fell awkwardly, looks like, in this collision with Ionidas there. At this time, we also like to remind people, do you know that a concussion is a brain injury? The OSA has partnered with the leading experts in the pediatric concussion at Holland Bloorview Kids Rehabilitation Hospital to improve concussion awareness. Make sure you visit Holland Bloorview's Concussion Center tent. Their concussion experts are here all day to answer your questions. They have some great giveaways, including a pair of TFC tickets. So if you are in the area, make sure to check out the concussion booth. Maybe possibly win some TFC tickets for that game tomorrow. And play will resume with the ball going all the way back as the beer is coming off. Looks like he'll be okay, and play will continue for the Strikers. Looks like maybe he just picked up a bit of a knock there. And here comes Charles. Charles has got two blue jerseys on him, trying to work his way in through, can't do so. And now Muya gets the ball for the Strikers. He plays the ball on the right side. Zagari, he's onside, says the assistant referee. And here comes Zagari over on the right side. Zagari's cross gets blocked. Plays it on top of Muya. Muya, he's going to go for goal. His shot looks like it takes the deflection. Bonsu try to keep the pressure going, and the Predators are able to clear it away. Armstrong under pressure there. Just has to play over the right side. He touches it nicely as Zenas will now hit it down the line. Moya gets away from the attacker and sends it up for Zagari. He's a few steps offside there. And play will be blown dead. And it looks like the Strikers are going to do what they did in the first half. Just empty their whole bench and switch everyone up on their next opportunity. Shalabi still waiting. He's been waiting on the sideline here for about 5 minutes trying to get on the field. We've played 8 minutes here in this second half, 1-0 for the Woodbridge Strikers over the East York Predators. Also, as well, if you would like some great pictures taken throughout the match, make sure to tune in on the OSA on Facebook immediately right after the match. Martin Basil Photography is here taking some great photos, and if you'd like to see some great takes, check out the OSA over on Facebook right after the game. As East York makes its substitution, it's going to be Zaka coming off. So Zaka comes off and Shalabi comes back in. He'll go into the striker position as the game resumes with another East York throw-in. Playing it short. Ionidas. This time it hits off of him, and now that's going to allow Woodbridge. And here comes the change. Bedler's coming on. Boku's coming on. So is Smith. And Phillip. All four of those players are coming back on the field. Last play will resume here as the throw-in. Very nice throw-in. Gets to Poku. Trying to send it up for Bonsu, but he was offside. He would have been through there, was Edward Bonsu, but just maybe a couple paces too early there. Poku showing his influence here early. Armstrong trying to switch the play over to that far side of the field. East York had a lot of action on that right side. Trying to use early, and Bonsu is offside again. And this time, yes, he was. Just a split step ahead of the defender Dalapang there. And Bonsu just get a little bit eager right now. But a lot of action. I was just saying, East York Predators had a lot of good movement on the far side of the field in the first half, trying to see if they can use that right side once again here in the second. Haven't been able to do so early though. Phillip trying to work his way by Benag. He's able to, gets the cross away, goes in through on the far side. Still going in through. The Strikers can't seem to break it through the Predators defense. But Poku gets control. Poku to Muya. Muya though gets it knocked away, but it falls straight to another Strikers player. Pedler trying to go through on the left side, brings it into the box, finds its way to Poku. Poku still trying to drive his way in through. Gets by Armstrong. Now Dalapang has to come all the way over, and now he's finally able to clear it away. And that's been that force of Poku in the central midfield. It looked like one of the Predators players tried to get to the ball, took a little bit of a slip there, unable to get to it. And a little bit of extra pushes there on the back of the Predators player. It's going to be a free kick for East York, and they're able to shut down that Woodbridge attack. Dark clouds starting to come in here in Vaughan. As we had a little bit of slight rain, it's been on and off here in this game. So turf might be a little bit wet here, so you want to probably play some hard and low shots here if you're the attackers, as that ball gets played in great hands from Osai Mudiam. And if he didn't get that ball, there was Phillip lurking right behind him, and he would have tapped it in the open goal. So great job from the East York Predators keeper. Phillip waits for it, and he gets that overlap run from Zepieri. Zepieri drives by the defender, plays it into the middle, but Armstrong is able to clear it away, as just getting it before Bonsu can, but it's going to be a corner kick for the Woodbridge Strikers. They lead 1-0 on a first half goal. Moya to take the kick. Many of the players are set up far post right now for the Strikers, as here comes the ball in. This one's right in. Touch there for the keeper. It's off the back, and it's finished! It's a goal for the Strikers! I'm not too sure who got that final touch, if it was already in before Bonsu put it in. But that was a beautiful ball played in there from Muya. Osamudian got to touch it, but not enough of a punch. And it hit off the back of the player on far post, and everyone kind of stopped, and Bonsu just had it fall right on his foot on the touchline, and he just fired it into the open goal. And it was Bonsu, so it didn't cross the line, so Bonsu, it hit off the back of the player far post. So that's 2 goals for Bonsu, and play will continue, and will that be enough for the Woodbridge Strikers? I don't know. There's still plenty of time here. 27 minutes still to go here for the East York Predators, but that corner kick just wasn't able to be cleared away, and the blue jerseys were all out in front, and they are being able to put it in. That's the value when you put a player on that goalie. It makes it tough for the goalie to make that play, and that's what happened there. Benag try to play it up, can't find Ioannidis, as he's going to try and win it back. As the play gets to Ioannidis, looks like he's a little bit tired here. He's going to try and fight through though, as the Strikers get the ball forward. Nice little ball played in by Muya. Tries to play it through on the left side. and sliding out as the keeper doing his job. Doesn't matter if he takes out his own player as well. Got to make sure you get that ball, and he keeps it away before the player on the far side, Nikhil Smith, who I think got that assist there. Got that ball. Ball slips out of the hand of the Strikers player on the throw-in, and East York's able to get control of the ball. There comes the ball in for Ioannidis, and he just can't get to that one. Looks like he got a little bit of an elbow to the head there. Seems to be holding his head, but play continues as Carboni shows a little bit of the arm there, but it bounces over all the players' heads and out for the throw-in. For Benag, bounce doing Vasilakakos can't get a good touch on that. Check that Rieger, and he'll go out for throwing. And it'll be another Woodbridge substitution, and it's gonna be Nikhil Smith coming off. He got that assist on the second goal there, utilizing his back, and it's gonna be Pinchera coming back into his place. And the referee, assistant referee, has the flag up. Foul throw, stepping over the line there. So the Woodbridge player stepped over the line there, and that's going to allow East York to get the throw in here. Two players on the back of Ioannidis there, and play will continue here. As East York was calling for a foul there, but they weren't going to get it. Here comes the ball and trying to find Pinchera. That ball just a little bit too strong, and then goes straight into the hands of Sam Mudiamin. He'll play a nice ball in. Coming up is Armstrong. Armstrong's come up from center back. He's going to move it up. He falls down, but a nice run coming in here. As it looks like East York's going with three at the back now. Trying to see if they can pull at least one back in the next few minutes. Nice job from Moya. He wins the ball, and he's going to play it up, trying to find Bonsu. But Dalupang, who has been there all game, shuts down that through ball. Rieger. Moya got a little bit of feet brought in there. And having a word with the referee is Bueno. Bueno, I guess, said something after the whistle there. And the referee just telling them to relax a little bit. Comes a ball in, not a good ball in, but the East York still trying to see if they can continue to move the ball forward. Here comes Poku, trying to find Bonsu, and Bonsu is through here. Bonsu tries to get the first time shot away, but it'll be saved by the Predators keeper there, Osam Mudiamin. Dalupang did well to track back and shut down that run. There's Shalabi. Haven't seen much of the same as we saw in the first half from him. As Polk is going to try and take a shot from distance, that's going to go wide. But Shalabi had some good chances in that first half, but most of those chances were when he was on the wing. Well, since he's gone into the striker, hasn't been able to find that pace and space that he did in that first half. Ball goes into the middle, knocked around, and Poku's able to get to it. If I had to pick a player of the game, it has to be him, as he plays another ball in, and a little bit of a tumble there was a Sunmudiaman, but he was able to get to it before Pinchera could. He'll roll it down quickly, and sending it down, trying to find Charles on the right side, a little bit too strong. And it looks like the Predators starting to get a little bit antsy here, trying to force it down the field right now, with just 22 minutes remaining here, down 2-0 to the Woodbridge Strikers. Nice little play by Charles. He'll be able to win the throw-in on the far side. Reminder, coming up next will be the Under-13 Girls Ontario Cup Finals between Windsor and Niagara-on-the-Lake. Make sure to stay tuned for that, as we have 3 great Ontario Cup Finals action. Here's a nice through ball, gets put in here. Touch just wide though for the Eastern Predators. Alan Benag was just there, got that ball, poked the toe at that, just couldn't redirect it onto goal. And the constant rotation of left wingers continues here for the Woodbridge Strikers. As Giordano comes back onto the pitch, he's going to replace Pinchero. And Carbone will start the play out with a deep kick. He's done some great, you can hear him, some great communication from the Woodbridge keeper, constantly telling his defense where to cover those East York players. Bueno. Bodies away from an East York player, and he's going to continue to drive forward. Is Bueno. He's got an overlap run from a player coming in through on the left side. I think that's Peddler. And Peddler is able to win the ball. Plays it into the middle for Bonsu. But knocking away will be Benag, and here comes East York on a counter. Trying to play a ball in for Shalabi. Can't find him though. And that'll allow Woodbridge to continue the play. Benag. Ioannidis. He's onside. Switches it over. Not onside though was Charles. And he fired it over the goal though. Probably if he was onside, might have been able to take a couple of touches and then go for a chance. But some quick movement coming in here from East York, trying to see if they can use those wings. Just can't seem to get by the defense. And Di Vittorio is getting ready to come back into the game. Playing midfield one by the Predators. They're going to knock it around. And finds Obifuna. He's not an easy player to get the ball by. And he'll pass it up for Philip. Obifuna. He's just forcing his way through the two Predators players. Great play from Poku. Sends it for Philip. Back into the middle. Bonsu. Can he get three? Yes, he can! Edward Bonsu gets his third. But another great individual effort by Kwesi Poku. Passes over to Philip. Philip does a beautiful ball in for Bonsu. And he gets his third. Does Bonsu. And it's 3-0. And that might do it here for the Woodbridge Strikers over the East York Predators. As a nice little clinical finish. Just hard and low into the corner. That's all you need. Just in those type of situations, that's what you expect from your strikers. Just put it nicely into the corner, and that's what the Bonsu did, and he'll come off after scoring that third goal. And Di Vittorio, who will just provide some pace up on the top, will take him off. But still, 19 minutes here remaining. Still some chance if East York can get a goal here in the next few minutes, they can pull this one back. We'll have to wait and see as Moya is going to break it through on the left side. And he'll get called for a foul, but it looks like he picked up a little bit of a knock. He goes down to the turf. And he's going to have to, it looks like the medical staff will have to come on the field and take a look at Moya over on the far side. As we wait for the medical staff to take a look at Moya, we'd like to remind you about Match Officials Day. Toronto FC and the Ontario Soccer Association are proud to present Match Official Appreciation Day at BMO Field on October 1st. Come enjoy some pre-game festivities and celebrate the unsung work by referees across the province. A portion of all ticket sales goes to placing life-saving defibrillators at OSA pitches. Tickets are $40 each and can be purchased through the OSA website. So as I was saying, we have Windsor versus Niagara on the Lake next and neck. Following now will be the under-15 boys Tier 2 Ontario Cup Finals. It will be between UFC Karpati and North York. So just make sure to stay tuned for all three games here. Looks like Moya will have to come off the field. He's still hobbling a little bit, so he'll get substituted off, and replacing him will be Richards. But he's able to get onto his own feet and walk, which is always a good sign. Well, play will resume now with an East York Predators free kick. in their own end as the rain's starting to come back once again. It's been on and off, as we've said. Starting to come down a little bit harder than usual. There's a nice ball in from Benag, trying to find Charles. Charles tried to back heel it and trying to find Shalabi. Can't find him, though, as it goes all the way back for the Predators, who will send it back into Strikers territory. Giordano does well. Into the middle for Poku. Poku has Phillip on the outside, and he's going to try and find him. But a nice foot in there from Benag, and he stops that ball. Dalupang getting some help there from Vasilikakos. Dalupang brings down Poku, and it's going to be a free kick just on the top of the box. This is a very dangerous area, and Woodbridge can go for it. They're just going to play quickly. Phillip and Samudian with the gray hands there. Everyone thought they were going to ask for space there, but Poku does the smart thing. Saw Phillip wide open on the right side, just pass it to him. And Phillip on the first time wide open, one-on-one with the keeper. But the keeper jumps up high and he's able to make the catch. Throwing over on the right side. Giordano running over to take this one. Finds in Richards. Richards on the corner of the box. Back to Giordano. Giordano's going to cross this one in. Trying to find Phillip. This one will bounce out through and out the other side. Zeppieri fakes it, able to get by to the middle. Touch shot over. Zeppieri with a great play. Forces the defender to get down the turf. Plays the ball in, but Strikers player on the top of the box fired it over the goal. That was bueno. East York, though, it doesn't seem like after that third goal, just doesn't have that same flair that they did have earlier. Just seemed like they were just going to go through the rest of the game. Got to fight, though, do the Predators as another ball gets played in the box. Phillip wins the first ball. Second touch. Goes in the goal, but it's offside. No goal, says the referee. Phillip was offside. The assistant referee raised the flag when Phillip got the header, not when Poku put it in through. So the first touch there was offside. No goal there, but a great ball in from Giordano. As the ball has to leave the box. So the kick will just have to be retaken inside, but another great opportunity. Ball coming in here, headed on by Armstrong for Charles, and here comes Charles trying to work his way in through. Bowie Funa just using his body, just standing in the way of Charles, just blocking his run, and wasn't allowing him through as Poku goes the other way, sends it in through for Giordano. Giordano into the middle of the box, got there by Strikers player Di Vittorio. You'll leave it back for Bueno. Bueno is going to go from distance, and he forces a nice save from Osam Mudiaman as he forced that keeper to punch it over the goal. As Bueno, he had a good look onto goal there. Woodbridge just going to play this one short, and Bueno's going to cross it in. This one's going far post once again. This time it'll be headed aside by the midfield. Woodbridge, though, still continuing their striking force right now, picking up 2 goals here in the second half, and see if they can pick up one more and put the game to bed. But Armstrong says no. He's going to try and take it all himself. Armstrong, he tried to take a shot. That took a deflection, and it's not going to go out of play as Carbone is just going to hang on to it and kill some seconds off the clock. He'll roll it. Nice touches there from the Strikers, and they'll head it over. Di Vittorio heads it on. The keeper has to come out of his net and clear it away. Zeppieri. Back to the keeper, and he'll send it down. Does Carbone. Dalupang hits it up for Charles. Now we're starting to see that gap. Players are starting to feel the effects of a long game here. 11 minutes still, though, to play. And we're going to start to see some long ball being played there as the players start to be a little bit more tired. Can't drop back as quickly. Philip fighting hard against Dalupang, trying to win that ball. He'll send it up, but go straight to Obifuna. Finds Poku. Poku into the middle for Bueno, but there is Hung. Armstrong trying to touch it up for Rieger. Can't find Rieger. As the rain really starting to pour now here in Vaughan. As we were expecting that to happen. So players starting to get a little bit soaked here. As there's Shalabi. He comes back. Now here, can he do anything for the East York Predators? Is the striker. Trying to find Charles on the through ball. But Arcana and Obifuna, just two center backs on the single striker, just shutting him down completely. Ioannidis trying to work his way through Zeppieri. And he'll go to Benag. He hits it up for Charles. Charles back heels in for Shalabi. Here comes Shalabi. And he tries to go for goal, but I think the wet turf just got to him right there. And he takes a tumble before taking that shot. Come the strikers the other way. Di Vittorio trying to get to that ball, but Vasilikakos got bodied away by Di Vittorio, and he's able to win a free kick. Vasilikakos into the middle, trying to find Shalabi, but the only player he found was Obifuna. Bueno. For Pedler. Giordano. Di Vittorio trying to play it back for Giordano on a 1-2. Can't find him. And that's going to force East York to play it all the way back and clear it away. Poku in midfield. Zeppieri over on the right side for Philip. Zeppieri's making a run all the way down, and he's trying to get to an East York, just trying to get the ball cleared away. Can't do so. And just the communication right now just isn't there for East York. They got to communicate a little bit better there, but ball will go out. And it's just going to be a goal kick as both teams are going to make changes here. Jean-Baptiste comes back into the game. He'll replace Rieger. And coming back on the pitch will be Zagaria. The goal scorer, Bonsu. And Pinchera comes back on as well. One in the air by Poku. Di Vittorio back to Poku. He wants to get him one himself. He tries to take a shot onto goal, but he steers that one low and wide. 3-0 for the Woodbridge Strikers over the East York Predators. As they're winding down the final few minutes here in this rainy Saturday morning. I think everyone's tuned in here enjoying their breakfast while watching some great Ontario Cup action in the under-13 boys. Here comes the ball played into the box. This one's going to bounce. Was Moody and Men does well there to be able to grab that one. Try to head it on with Jean-Baptiste. He'll be able to get to it. Now he'll send it all the way back to his defense. As the East York trying to see maybe they could get one goal. And a little bit of couple passes in the back. Can't find Benag. And it goes out for another throw-in. Boku's in the corner. Probably just going to hold it here. Kill some time on the clock. Getting a foot in there was Dalupang. He hits it out. And Woodbridge just going to take their time and see if they can hold on to this 3-0 victory. Trying to find, it was Pinchera up there. Throw-in goes out for a goal kick. And Dalupang's just going to take this one quickly as he sees the strikers trying to retreat. But all he finds was Richards instead. And all the blue jerseys are forward. Nice passing on Di Vittorio. Trying to get around Dalupang. Can he get a shot away? Yes, he will. And that one just low and wide. And it's just all Woodbridge right now. As the East York will play it short. Again, trying to send it back up the field. It looks like just East York's just having all those players hang back up the field, trying to hope for that long ball. And the midfield, though, is just being controlled completely by Woodbridge as they are able to win a corner kick. Here comes Poku, who's got 2 assists here today. Set up Bones, who's got all 3 goals here. Has the striker. He's going to look to see. He's on that goalie once again, trying to see if he can just tap in any rebounds. Jean-Baptiste is able to clear it away and giving chase our 3 Woodbridge players. Zagaria try to get to it. Now it gets cleared away, and here comes Jean-Baptiste. He's going to put some pressure on the defense. Doing well as Arkan. It's like in for Jean-Baptiste. Jean-Baptiste, he's going to work his way through. Jean-Baptiste tries to get a shot. He gets run down, and that's probably going to be a card and a free kick just on the edge of the box, though. As Jean-Baptiste found his way in through, and he got brought down, and that's probably at least a yellow card, if not, could be a red as well, as he was on a clear goal-scoring opportunity. Let's see what the referee says, but the player who did bring him down is injured and will need the attention of the medical staff. We'll have to see, though, will the referee go to the book here for that challenge. It was Obifuna there. He says he's okay, he'll stay in. The referee's calling him over, though. And it's just going to be a yellow card there for Obifuna, just a yellow. I have to say he's a little bit lucky there because it looked like Jean-Baptiste was on a clear goal-scoring opportunity there. But it's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the box. Can the Predators get one in here on this free kick? Left footed taken, headed away by Arkan, who's had a very quiet but effective game. That's going to go out for a corner kick. 3 minutes remaining here in this match. As East York Predators now putting everything forward. They want that goal. I don't blame them. And here comes that ball near post. Coming out is Carbone, and he gets a hand onto that one. Great job from the keeper. Here comes the second chance here, though. Another ball into the box, headed away by Richards. A third chance now. Obifuna gets this one. Great job from the defense, and now it gets cleared away, and here comes a counter. Di Vittorio's all the way up. As the East York players are dropping back, he'll pass it over to Richards, who's got space. Richards down the left side, Giordano. Zagaria. And he gets shut down now by Dalupang. And check that, Shalabi, who's come all the way back. So Shalabi and Charles takes a little bit of a tumble play. Continues Jean-Baptiste, advantages the referee. But Jean-Baptiste lost the ball there. And the strikers will be able to knock it down the field. Zagaria. Pinchera. Di Vittorio. Nice little touch there and trying to find Pinchera, but that ball is just a little bit too strong and goes straight into the keeper's hands. And he's going to try send the ball as quickly down. And he finds Shalabi into the midfield. East York's trying to find one more chance, see if they can challenge Carbone in goal. was a pretty even, this game's a pretty even game for the most part. It's just a little gap in that first half where Woodbridge was able, 5-minute gap, they had a chance, they scored, and now here they just had a good little 10-15 minute break where they scored a couple more goals, and that's been the difference here. Otherwise, East York's been able to keep up with Woodbridge, though. It's just those couple little mental gaps really were the difference. It's going to go for a goal kick, and it's going to be another double substitution here for Woodbridge. Zapieri is going to replace Obi Funo, who's on a yellow. He played a great game. He picked up that knock. Don't want to take any chances here. And Zagaria will come off. As Dalupang is going to send this one down to midfield, finds Armstrong. Armstrong flicks it onto Jean-Baptiste. He couldn't get the head onto that one. And it finds his way to Zapieri, who finds Pinchera. As we have 4 minutes of additional time, as we're just hitting that mark right now. As Di Vittorio is going to try on the left-footed try, but it goes straight into the keeper's hands. So we have the final 4 minutes right now. Woodbridge Strikers just 4 minutes away from the Ontario Cup Provincial Championship. Pincher for Poku. He'll hit it over to Richards. Richards from distance saves with a rebound, and Vittorio was close there. Bosa Mudiaman was able to grab the rebound. Striker's just gonna, probably the smart thing here, just knock it around, use the rest of the clock here. As Charles is not giving up, able to win the ball away. He'll send the ball up. Shalabi, this could be dangerous, but all the players for Woodbridge dropping back instantly. And they have players back to shut down this attack. Adler wins it off. And he'll hit it forward, but goes straight to the East York Predators and bringing it up now. Be hung. He tries to find Jean-Baptiste. He finds Shalabi. Pace the game just slowing down. The players can see the clock, they know. And they're trying to wind it down, but Pinchera, he's going to take it up. Pinchera in the middle. Di Vittorio is offside, though, as he had a good look onto goal, but Samudiaman, he's done a great job on goal. Can't really do anything about those goals today. It's Dalupang. We'll hit it over to the right side. Shalabi. Trying to find Jean-Baptiste. The pass, though, just a little bit too far ahead of him. And there's Archon. He'll just bring it into the corner. Little ball high in the air. And it finds its way over to the triple goal scorer, the hat-trick man himself, Bonsu. And his play will continue. The ball still stays in the corner. Woodbridge hits it out last. Can East York get another chance before the break? Now a no one by Peddler. And East York just can't seem to get going. And this one get cleared quickly. Di Vittorio isn't through. One-on-one with Dalupang. And Dalupang holds him enough. And he'll be able to knock it out for a throw-in. Nice job from that center back. You got to credit him too. Tons of pace. He's shut down a lot of through balls. He's been busy. Very tiring game for Dalupang. Turn goes to Poku. Poku crosses it into the box. A little bicycle tried there from Di Vittorio. And Richards is going to get called for a little bit of a push onto the player. And Predator still going to move it quickly. Armstrong. Armstrong doing well here. Here comes Armstrong. East York Predators, he's going against Zapieri's. Little shoulder-to-shoulder battle there. And he takes a little shot there. And his shot just goes wide. Did it take a deflection, though? Jean-Baptiste is screaming it does. And the referee and the assistant disagrees, and it's just going to be a goal kick. But Armstrong try to go from distance there. Nice little shoulder-to-shoulder battle there with Zepietti. And there is the final whistle, and your 2016 Ontario Cup champions and the under-13 boys are the Woodbridge Strikers. They have defeated the East York Predators 3-0, but you got to credit both teams here. Great job from both games. You had a great game, a little bit slower in the second half because the Woodbridge just got those couple extra goals, but East York fully deserved to be here. They battled hard, but the champions are your Woodbridge Strikers. Don't go anywhere. We have the trophy ceremonies and the medal presentations for both teams here. And we have the under-13 girls game, Niagara-on-the-Lake versus Windsor, coming up next. I'd like to thank all the people who have tuned in here. Of course, the sponsor, Room Roster. But before we do, one last thing here. Got to thank Soccer X. Whether you need a new pair of shoes or your team is looking to get outfitted in the latest gear from the largest soccer brands in the world, SoccerX.com is the place to go. It is the official apparel and equipment supplier of the USA, can provide you with one-stop shopping for everything you and your team need to play, officiate, coach, and simply enjoy the beautiful game. That is SoccerX.com. For Martin Ohms, we'll see you guys in just a bit for the under-13 girls action, but your under-13 boys champions, Woodbridge Strikers. Congratulations.